Hi there, everybody, and welcome to this week's Kickoff Labs live marketing chats. My name is Izzy Palmerin. I work here in marketing at Kickoff Labs. And let me go ahead and start sharing my screen just so everybody can see that yes, we're on the same page and we're all looking at basically a getting started live webinar page. So today's focus is going to be talking about, just basically using Kickoff Labs to its full potential, and in order to help drive your conversion rate higher up, just to maximize your actual conversion rate. So we do these live weekly marketing chats every Thursday at 11 a.m. So thank you very much for joining us. So as mentioned, today we're just going to be talking about just basics like getting started, showing you the actual interface, showing you maybe some tools and maybe some techniques that you might not have known that you could do with Kickoff Labs. So just going to jumping into like the actual campaign dashboard. I'm going to be creating my own campaign just so you guys can like follow along. And since we do have a somewhat of a small turnout today, that's okay. Sometimes we have a large turnout, sometimes we have a small turnout. Please, I would love to actually personalize this for your business. So if you do have any questions, feel free to ask them within the chat, and go ahead and leave them within there. And Billy's actually asking, is this a recording? No, this is not a recording. This is actually a live event. This is actually us taking place, and there's actually a live Q&A all throughout. So if you do want to ask questions, like I mentioned, go ahead and ask those questions anytime throughout this this event, and I will be happy to answer them during the actual event itself. So let me go ahead and let me pull up something really quick. I just want to make sure that you guys can all see my my slides here, can all see my screen, and then you can hear me correctly. So if you could just put like a simple yes within the chat, that way I'll know that like, yes, you can see my screen. And right now we're looking at like a getting started with Kickoff Labs. I'm not going to go full screen because then it might mess up my screen sharing. So I apologize for that. So we're going to go ahead and just look at these slides from here. Hopefully that's okay with you guys. So I don't see any yeses there. Okay, thank you very much, Joanna. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and just a quick little slide of me. So that's me, Izzy Palmerin. So I am a technical marketing expert here at Kickoff Labs. We're a very small team, very close-knit team. So we work very closely with our design team, our tech team, our founders, and we have all helped literally thousands of customers get the most out of Kickoff Labs, out of our viral tools, and help them reach success with their marketing campaigns. So in a little bit, we're going to be talking about landing page best practices. So stick around for that. There's definitely some good advice that you could use for building your campaigns. But as I mentioned, let me go ahead and just jump into the actual interface, and I'm going to start building my own campaign. And you're just going to quickly see just how easy that is. And let me go ahead and back over here. New tech launch. Alrighty, so I'll be going back and forth to actual chat just to see if there are any questions. But if you do have any questions, be a little bit more specific. I know Billy's mentioning like, all right, so he's doing a new tech launch, and you're doing, are you data collecting for, like, are you using Kickoff Labs for your launch? That's a really great strategy, and I'll talk about like some really successful customers that have done so in the past. So let me go ahead and once again, this is our Kickoff Labs interface. And the first time you actually log into your account, you're going to be asked to create a new campaign. But if you already have a few campaigns, like I already have here, I can always just click new campaign over here, or click the big green add new campaign button. Now the campaign process is extremely easy. I can basically just start naming my campaign. All right, this is going to be lead generation. Call it that. I'll go ahead and click continue. Now I have the option to create, to collect leads via 3 ways on Kickoff Labs. So I can either use one of our landing pages. So Kickoff Labs offers over 60 high converting landing pages. These are built by our in-house team, and these are great if you don't really want to if you don't have your own website, or if you just want to just grab a quick page where you could just throw your content in, just add your copy, some images, hit publish, and it's live, ready to start collecting leads. In case you do have an existing website, you can use our pop-up section, and this actually this gives you a lot of options for collecting leads via various kind of like pop-ups and embeddable forms that you can use on your website. So a really, really great form, actually a really great strategy. And just in case you had your own existing form, so what does this mean? This actually this is what we call our any form. So this actually lets you bring in literally almost any third-party landing page template. So let's say you had already your own website and it already has a form on it. You can actually install KickoffLabs any form onto it, and it'll literally connect to KickoffLabs. You could do all the kinds of cool stuff that KickoffLabs lets you. And I'll talk a little bit more about that later, but very cool. So for now, I just want to go ahead and choose a landing page because I do like starting off with just a basic landing page theme, and I will choose one of my favorites. I do recommend you just take a look at all the themes that we offer. There's a big view all themes button, so you can check them all out, but I'll go ahead and just choose one of my favorites. That's the Harry Signs Up, and it's asking me automatically, so do I want to add an exit intent? So an exit intent widget, this is one of those pop-ups that will pop up once like a person kind of scrolls outside of the browser window and they might try to close the actual browser. It'll pop up, and it's kind of like a second chance to get people to take action. So it's highly recommended, especially if you're using like a landing page. But it just really depends on your campaign. If you don't want to add it, no problem. You could just take it off right there. But it's easy to uninstall or install from the campaign a little bit later on. But for now, I just want it there because I think it really helps to get more people to convert. So I'm most definitely going to leave that exit intent pop-up right there. Okay, so the next step is choosing a thank you page. And really, I mean, this is really true. This is where the magic of smarter viral campaigns comes into play. So KickoffLabs provides like viral thank you pages, and these are going to provide really a different experience for your overall campaign. So I do invite you just to take a look at all of these thank you pages, kind of just pinpoint the one that will work best for your campaign. We have some that are like just more gamified, where it's like a viral competition, where you can offer reward levels, tiered reward levels, so people can reach a certain reward after getting a certain amount of referrals. You can reward them after 3 referrals, 5 referrals, all kinds of cool stuff. There's like a step-by-step. So let's say you wanted to ask people to take steps. All right, so number 1, please share on social. Number 2, verify your email address, and so on and so on. So you can kind of guide people along. A few more, so like a couple more reward tables. We have a wait list. This one's actually modeled after Robinhood.io. It's actually a really good like a launch technique where you're creating a wait list. Some leaderboards, actually these are really great for contests as well, where you can show people where they stand in terms of like referrals. So the people with the most referrals get placed on the top of the leaderboard. These are all public, so people can go back and they could see their progress, and they could see how others are performing too. In this case, I want to go ahead and just choose the Harry's Goes Viral because this is also one of my favorites. And personally, I have seen that it performs really well for a lot of our own customers. Alrighty, so all I need to do is click Create Campaign. Sometimes takes a little bit. Maybe my internet's a little slow. Alrighty, so there we go. Okay, so it says you're all done. Congratulations. So literally, I mean, there's already a landing page, exit intent, and the thank you page already like just published under my account and ready for me to test and preview. I can actually click the link here and I can see, okay, so everything is live. Here's my exit intent. It popped up because I was kind of scrolling up above here. Here's my exit intent. This is my landing page. And if I did sign up on the landing page, nothing really is, I mean, it's exciting because it's already connected. It's going to send me to my viral thank you page. So this is already a fully viral campaign. I mean, there's no like additional coding, and there's no setup that I need to do. It just works. And obviously, the next steps that I want to take are start customizing the text, make this all about my own company, put my logo, my own branding on it, and that's the next step that we're actually going to be taking. Let me quickly jump over here. As long as you skip to the end, I'm hoping there's a Q&A. I mean, you can always ask questions like during the actual event itself. And yes, this is most definitely a live event. So, alrighty. So let me go ahead and close this off. And so I'm back where I was setting up my campaign within Kickoff Labs, and it said, all right, so setup is done. Now all I need to do is customize these pages. So I'll go ahead and go to the dashboard. And from the dashboard, this is where I can just jump in to start editing the pages. So get yourself a little bit familiar with this. This is, just read it. You'll kind of just see, all right, so this is my landing page. This is my exit intent. This is my thank you page. So right now I want to jump into my landing page and I want to start editing it just so it's customized to my own business. So I'm going to click the blue edit page button and it takes me into the page editor. And this is, I can quickly just jump in and start customizing the actual text. I'll say my amazing business is launching, which is not really, that's not a good best practice. You really want to be a little bit more specific as to what you're launching and what the benefits are for the person, not really like talking about my business, but like your life is actually, this would probably be better. Your life is about to improve with this new product. Obviously, that's also very general, but that's a better best practice where you're just talking more towards the benefits for the person and not really about your business. Because people don't, I mean, it sounds kind of mean, but people don't care about new businesses yet. They have to kind of engage with that business and somewhat like fall in love or just at least like that business throughout talking and engaging a little bit with them. And yeah, I mean, so the way to do that is to make sure that any kind of like campaign copy, landing page copy is really focused towards the actual users. And I did mention that I'll talk about landing page practices a little bit after, but yeah, I just want to make sure that that's super important. So we could go ahead and just jump in, start editing this actual copy. I can change out the background image. I mean, you'll see a lot of options once you're actually in the page designer. Let me switch this out, just a funky background image. And so taking a look at the tabs over here on the left side, the general tab, this is where you're going to find theme specific options to actually customize the theme. So you might have sections that you can remove. You might be able to like take off the privacy link. You see that privacy link is actually removed. So from the general section, you will find theme specific options. The design section, this is where you're going to be able to like customize the text and like the colors of the page. This is where I actually, where I can change that up. Let me see if I can change the button color, change that to like a little red. So you'll see this is where I can actually change that. The form tab, this is where I can actually customize the form itself. So let's say I wanted to collect more than just an email address. I want to collect like a first name too. There's a lot of things that you can collect. I can add a checkbox, drop down, so all kinds of different stuff. But in this case, I just want to add a simple first name. So I'll go ahead and click the add a single line text. And I can create my own custom field. We already have a couple fields created for you guys. But if you wanted to create like a custom field, we know that every business is different. So that's why, like, let's say you wanted to collect phone number, you can just add phone number. Oops, you can add phone number. No, I misspelled it. But let me go and just add what I wanted to add is just first name. Alrighty. You'll see that I have email and first name. And that's also not really a best practice either. It's more normal to see like first name and then email address. So I want to rearrange these form fields. Really easy to do. Oops, I should click on it. Okay, so I'll click and hold, and I'll just click and drag actually. So I'll click and drag the first name above, and you'll now see that it says first name and then email address, and perfect. That's basically the way I wanted it to look. And if I want to change the button text is actually here at the bottom. I'll say sign up to get something free. You notice that even my like call to action isn't really just like subscribe or or sign up to get notified. I'm actually like just saying like sign up to get something free. I mean, that's really, that's once again going back to the focus as to you should really be offering something to your to potential leads, like to people that are actually arriving on your website. But we'll talk about that in a little bit. Alrighty, so the thanks tab, this is where actually you can actually customize something that we call an instant thanks. So Kickoff Labs thank you pages, they all come with their own built-in thank you message. However, in this case, we connected it to a thank you page. So instead of seeing the thank you message, people are going to be redirected to the thank you page. But I just want to let you guys know, like in case you didn't want to redirect leads to one of our, to a viral thank you page, you didn't want to do a competition, you didn't want to do any of those things, you could still show a simple thank you message with those social sharing options. So you'll still get like referrals from people signing up. So it's still a great option just in case you don't want to use those thank you pages. But this is where you would kind of update that from the thanks tab. From the on exit tab, this is where we would add an exit intent. In this case, we already did. It's been automatically added for us, so there's nothing else we need to do. But in case we didn't have one, this is where we would add it. The settings tab, this is really important actually, and I highly recommend that you fill out all these sections. So this is going to be the page title, the meta description, and super important, this is the Facebook share title, the Facebook share description. You should really be filling this out with like optimized information about your actual business, about the offering. It's highly recommended you use a really good Facebook image. And I'm going to share a link with you guys right now, and I'll provide you with a great article that I wrote on creating high converting social share image. So this is an article that's going to show you how to like set up the best Facebook sharing, like what sizes are the best for Facebook sharing. And there's also some examples for you guys to look at as to like some really good examples that have worked for some customers in the past. Okay, so I'll go ahead and share this link within the itself. Cool. So there's the link, and as I mentioned, I mean, it's really important that you fill out all this information, and mainly like the title, description, all that stuff. So yeah, highly recommend it. Alrighty, so once I'm done like customizing this page, let's say I was already finished adding my own content to this page, I can either save the page just to save it as a draft. That means that it won't be published live, but if I want to like already publish these changes live, let's say I want people already to see this page, instead of just clicking save, I can just go ahead and click publish, and it'll save and publish for me at the same time. And if I go back to the page, I can see that all my latest changes are there. It's not like the previous page, it's all my updated page. So very cool, very easy. I'm going to go ahead and quickly jump into the thank you page just to show you roughly how it looks too. So this is once again the general tab. This is where you're going to find like theme specific options. This specific theme, which is our Harry's Goes Viral thank you page, this one provides those reward levels that I was mentioning, and these are all customizable. So I can go ahead and like jump down and customize the amount of reward levels. Instead of 5, I want 3, and instead of the prize levels being 5 and 10, let's say I want it to be like 0, 5, and 10. I want it to be 3, 10, and 15. 10 and 15. So you see that like these are all customizable, and I'll go ahead and show you guys a little bit more of this. I mean, I can add images to the prize text. Like let's say I want to add like a little prize image here. Up in here, I don't really have any good images, but let me just grab this one. I'll resize it just a bit. Alrighty, so you can see that like it's really easy for me to add these like images, and it's a really great way to kind of like guide people along. They could kind of see, all right, so this is the prize that I'm going to get, and this would be the next prize level. But I'm going to be showing you some like really good examples a little bit later on. And I'm being a little bit distracted by my coworker here. Alrighty, so and yeah, so the design tab, once again, these are your fonts, your colors. The settings tab, again, so the page title, page meta description, and something that I really recommend that's not really that documented. We really should document it. I'm going to write up an article on it. Is that it's highly recommended that you create the same social share message for both your thank you page and your sign up landing page. So the page with the form on it. Why is that? Because you never know which page people are going to share, and you want to be sure that it's that you're sharing the same message. So obviously you do want people sharing the form page, like the sign up landing page, because that's where the form is there. That's where people are meant to sign up. But really recommended to use the same share message, just in case people share this one under any circumstance. Okay. So once again, I can either click save to save it as a draft, but I want to go ahead and publish this live. And I'll go ahead and click publish. I can go ahead and verify that these changes are live. And yes, I see 310. I see my customization. Very cool, very easy. And let me go ahead and show you guys a little bit about the actual exit intent, because there's a couple settings that you might not be aware of that you can use to actually optimize the exit intent itself. So just as the just as the landing page and the thank you page, I'll click edit bounce here on the right side. And this takes me to the bounce editor. So I can test it either by I can test the bounce either by mousing out. You'll see my mouse go out, boop, and it pops up. Or I can always just click the test me now button. Okay, so just in case I don't see it, just in case it's not popping up. So I could change the actual, I could change the look of it. Let's say I wanted to do like a split screen. Okay, so it looks cool. And this is your bounce message, your for message, pretty straightforward, but this is basically what I wanted to show you guys. So the bounce settings. So you'll notice that there's a couple bounce settings here, one of them being aggressive. Aggressive is recommended, especially for landing pages. What this means is that it will always pop up, no matter if a person comes to the page, right now, and if they come back to it a little bit later, it will always pop up. So it's a good strategy, especially for landing page campaigns when people aren't going to be generally coming back to the page. If you're placing the exit intent on a home page, on a blog, I most definitely wouldn't recommend using the aggressive setting, because people are going to be, because this pop-up is going to be popping up all the time. It's just going to be always popping up. But for landing pages, it's a good strategy. The timer. So the timer, this is actually going to give people time to actually engage with the page, read the actual content on the page. So let's say I had somewhat of a longer form page, I want to give people enough time to read what's on the page. So I might set this timer to 5. So what this means is that it won't activate. So you see that I'm bouncing in and out. It won't activate until at least 5 seconds. Boom. So there you go. After 5 seconds, it'll actually turn on, and that's when the exit intent will start to trigger. The cookies, so this works with the aggressive. I mean, basically, we cookie people once they see your exit intent, and you can choose to show the exit intent every session, every browser session, daily, weekly, monthly. But as I mentioned, it just kind of depends where you're placing the exit intent, whether it's on a landing page or on a home page. And just in case you wanted to pop it up automatically, you can also do so. You can choose the delay timer, and this will automatically pop up. All right, so let's say I'm reading the page, I'm not mousing away, boom, and it pops up after 5 seconds. Okay, so I just wanted to be sure to make sure that you guys saw those options, and make sure that your bounce exit intent is optimized for your page. So I don't need to install it because it's already been installed on my page. So I'll just go ahead and click back. I can click either campaign home, or I can go back to the lead generation. So, okay, so I've been doing a lot of talking. Let me go ahead and jump back and see if there's any questions here. Looks like there's no questions, but as I mentioned at the very beginning, if you do have any questions about your own pages, about how to use KickoffLabs, about maybe even your specific industry, I mean, I'm glad to provide advice and to provide feedback as to how to make your campaign a success. Okay, so what would be the next step from here? I mean, let's kind of think of it as the user flow. So first, the user would actually be seeing the landing page. Okay, so we've done this, we've optimized it. Actually, let me go ahead and share this landing page with you guys, just so you can actually see. Oops. So just in case you want to sign up. You know what I'm going to do? Hold on. I'm going to share my referral link, and hopefully you guys actually sign up. Somebody signs up with my referral link so you can see the magic of referrals. So, alrighty, so this is my unique referral page, and it's going to tell me, all right, share your link to earn referrals. So let me go ahead and grab my referral link. And if someone in the chat would be so kind enough to sign up with that link, that would be super awesome. And we could see how the referrals kind of work and how they look as well. So, I mean, obviously I could jump into another campaign if not, but you can already see that, like this is the actual flow. So I was mentioning the actual flow. So you're seeing the landing page, and then the next thing people would see would be the thank you page. And the next thing people will probably be getting, and you would very likely want to set up, is an email autoresponder. So I'm going to go ahead and click on emails. And the first thing that I'm going to need to do before I can actually send emails through KickoffLabs, I need to actually update my email settings. I actually need to add a postal address, and this is required under the CAN Spam Act. So I mean, this is, you know, you can't do business without providing a postal address. That's just how it goes. And you know, this is not a limitation that we put. This is a limitation by the FTC. So yeah, you got to do it. So basically, the only thing you need to add is a postal address. Be sure to add a valid postal address, because this is all you know, this all takes into play as to the deliverability of your emails. So really recommended to like change the from name. Maybe you might use like Izzy at KickoffLabs or something, just something a little bit more personable. And my from name, like the from email address is Izzy at KickoffLabs already. If you guys want, you can email me anytime. And okay, so once I'm done with that, I'll go ahead and click Save Email Settings. But that means that I'm now ready to configure my actual emails, and that will go out after someone signs up. So I'll go ahead and go to Emails, and I want to set up automatic reply. So currently, the automatic reply, this is the email that gets sent out immediately after people sign up. So this would be considered like the welcome or the thank you email. Right now it's turned off. So right now I have it set to never. So please do not send any replies. Obviously I want it set to on. So I can have it set to once or set to always. It just depends on your campaign. Like if this was like an ongoing campaign, I might have it set to always, where I might be changing the copy just a little bit. But right now I just want to go ahead and set to once. So the email, it's kind of the same thing as like the page designer, where I can like jump in and start editing. I can start, you know, adding logos. I can add images. Let me add this isn't our logo, but it's okay. I can add logos. I can customize it. Let's say I want to move this over. Alrighty, so I can do all kinds of cool stuff. I mean, I can really start customizing. I can add colors. It's not really recommended. You know, it's like to really make sure that your emails get delivered and reach people's inbox as opposed to the spam. It's recommended to make sure that you don't have too many images within your actual email. So the text to image ratio has to just about be the same. More text is actually better, and make sure that your images aren't I'm sorry, make sure that your text isn't changing. Like, don't use red text, use standard black text. That's the best practice. And another cool thing, let's say I wanted to like deliver a digital file to somebody after signing up. Let's say I was offering like a free PDF or a free ebook. I can actually deliver it here within this email. So I can go ahead and just go to Insert File, and I can start adding, you know, just any kind of my, any kind of these assets that I've created for people. Let me just go ahead and just add this basic one. So say, here's your free download. So it's really easy. And this hosting is, I mean, KickoffLabs hosts all of your digital assets. We can host and deliver them for you. So a really cool feature, just in case you didn't know. And another cool feature, and something that I really recommend doing, is if you scroll down to the bottom of this email section, you'll see that something that's called email tokens. So these are like these are dynamic tags that you can use to pull in custom information about your leads, like their first name. I mean, you saw that I was asking for people's first name, and maybe I might want to add another few other links, but there's a few things that you can actually add within the emails that will be generated as dynamic. So very cool. Something that's really recommended and that's not placed within the default emails, because we know that everybody's campaign is just slightly different. But I really recommend placing like a PS or something similar and grabbing the email token for the thank you page. So currently within emails, we share a link to the sign up landing page. So you're always going to see links to the sign up landing page. So share your link, share your link. This means that people are going to be going to the sign up landing page. Page link, that means the sign up landing page. But in certain cases, you want people to go back to like check their progress. So I might say like, PS, be sure to check your progress. And I could do so by, you saw that I copied the short code, like the little link from over here. So I copied the thank you one. And I'm going to tell people to check your status. So be sure to check your status anytime. And I can customize this text inside of here. Be sure not to like add any like exclamation points or underscores or dashes and stuff. That might break it, but you can most definitely customize the actual text itself. So I'll say check your status anytime. So people can actually come back to their thank you page just with a simple like link that I'm placing within the email. So something that's really powerful. A lot of people don't like, some people miss it because it's not as obvious, but it's really recommended, especially if you're using one of our viral thank you pages. Make sure that you provide a link back to that viral thank you page, because if not, people won't be able to check their progress and they won't make progress. So cool. So once I'm done with this, I can go ahead and I can either click to send myself a preview, or I'll go ahead and just say the auto reply. So this means that this is now live. People would now sign up, and then they will see the thank you page, and then they would see that that email auto reply right afterwards. So it's pretty much already set up. It's a fully viral campaign. Excuse me. There's a few additional steps that I can take. I mean, depending on my plan and depending on my campaign needs, there are a couple things that I can do just to kind of like make my campaign just a little bit more viral. I would consider it a little bit more viral. And let me go ahead and quickly show you those tools. So one of the tools that I really recommend, especially if you plan on getting a lot of leads, is something called advanced fraud prevention. So advanced fraud prevention, what this will do, this will actually help you automatically filter your leads. So KickoffLabs will automatically block people signing up from the same IP address, will flag leads, like if they look suspicious, we'll flag them, and this will all be visible within your dashboard. So it's really easy to like to ensure that that the quality of your leads is the highest quality possible. This doesn't mean that without access to advanced fraud prevention, which actually comes with the business plan and above, like if you're on a starter or on a premium plan, this doesn't mean that all your leads are going to be coming from fake IPs and all that. You can still protect yourself, most definitely. What this means is that you just have to do it manually. So advanced fraud prevention, this does it automatically. You would need to actually go in, like if you have a lower plan, you can still go in and do it manually. And we have a free guide, so you can actually go ahead and go to Campaign Advanced Fraud Prevention and click the free guide, and you can see kind of like the differences. So this is automatic detection, and you'll still see ways to detect fake leads manually. Okay, so just in case you wanted to do it automatically, there's this tool available for you guys. Now, the business plan also comes with a couple more tools, and one of them being the contest scoring. So this works like hand in hand with the leaderboards, where you can provide like custom scores for different types of actions that your leads take. So whether that's a referral, or whether that's just like for signing up, you want to give people points just for signing up. So just in case you were using a leaderboard, you can kind of inflate the actual points. And this is kind of like a growth hack. It really helps just to gamify the actual experience. When people see that their points are like higher up, they want to get more points. And it's a really great strategy. So just in case you wanted to use custom scoring, it is available, and that's how you do it. And just in case you were running a contest and you wanted to pick some contest winners, you can easily do so with KickoffLabs. And this, this lets you choose like what kind of weight you should be giving to your contest winners, whether that's through direct conversions, through through verified leads. So we're kind of giving more preference to people that bring in the better quality leads for you, which is kind of good. Or you can always just pick someone just at random completely, and you could pick between 1 to 10 winners for your campaign. So very cool. And going a little bit back to actual emails, I want to show you guys just a couple more of the actual emails that are available to you. So one of them being the influencer email. This is an email that gets sent out that will be sent out once a day if a person has gotten people to sign up. So if I've brought leads into your campaign, I might get this email once per day. So it's kind of like a motivational email, just telling people, hey, thanks for sending people, keep up the good work. Please, please keep sending more leads. So it's a great strategy. Another good, one of our most powerful actually like emails are something that we call incentive emails. And these are goal-based emails that will allow you to send an email whenever a person hits a certain referral goal. So I can either like deliver a special coupon for 3 reward, like after 3 referrals or 5 referrals, I can add whatever number I want. And this is actually really simple to do. And this kind of like goes hand in hand with our rewards pages too. Like, let's say you had your rewards page where it was like, okay, after 3 rewards, you get this prize. After 5 rewards, you get this prize. You could use these emails to actually deliver either the reward or the notification of the reward. So I'll go ahead and say, okay, so after 15 referrals, you earned this basically. So you earned it. So cool. And I can actually choose to be notified. So let's say like I want to be notified when people are referring 20 leads or 15 leads, X amount of leads. I want to know because those are going to be really valuable influencers. I want to be able to know who my influencers are so I can possibly reach out to them personally and maybe reward them like just personally or just ask them to keep sharing more. So in this case, yes, I want to know when people reach 15 referrals because that's really important to me. So I'll go ahead and choose the notify me when someone receives this message. Okay, so we've gone through a lot of the actual tools. I haven't gone through everything. There's still a lot more like within the actual platform itself. There's A/B testing and there's a lot of reporting. Let me go through a little bit of the actual reports so you could just see. I didn't get any referrals, but that's okay. But it's really easy. Once I see a whole bunch of like signups here, they would all be filtered. I could filter through them. All leads, people that look suspicious, people that I might want to blacklist or just certain types of like things that I want to do to my leads. But really powerful stuff. So let's go ahead and finish off this event with some landing page best practices. Give me a sec and I will make my screen a little bit larger. I think it'll be beneficial for this part. Give me a quick sec. Alrighty, so what's going on here? Alrighty. Okay, so talking about landing page best practices, one of the most important things, as I mentioned earlier on, is that problems are better than features. So you should really be talking about what kind of benefits you're providing for your users, for people that are visiting your page. Don't really be talking. Once again, it sounds mean, but don't really be talking about like our business is going to launch like our product is going to have so and so features. You really want to be targeting as to how you're going to be making people's lives better. So this is a really good example. It's a really simple item. I mean, these guys are selling socks. This is a Kickoff Labs customer, but they were selling socks. But notice how like the actual page is just kind of just has a different kind of feel to it. And if you read the actual copy, it says next gen dress socks to keep your feet undetectably fresh. And that's actually pretty cool. That's solving a problem. Like, oh yeah, I most definitely want my want my feet to be fresh. And they're kind of like playing it like as a secret agent, kind of like a spy. Like you have to be undetectable. So that's a pretty cool strategy. You're kind of seeing the rest of the copy to say always be undetectable, always be a step ahead. And yes, I mean, yes, they are talking about like features. You can see that the image has like some features in it, but the main focus of the actual like campaign, I'm not sure if you can see like the small copy, but it says like always stay cool, the perfect fit, turn off the funk. I mean, that's really related towards benefits for the actual user. So this is another customer page. It says, love your coffee, but don't love how quickly it gets cold. Yeah, I mean, no one likes cold coffee. And now it's saying, and here it says, now keep coffee hotter, longer with more flavor. That's like a definite solution to a problem. And that's really how like that's really the best strategy for providing, especially like the headline, because headlines and like subheadlines, that's what people are going to read first. So make sure that that's focused towards what kind of benefit you're providing for your users. Okay, so make sure that your call to action is extremely clear. And I'm saying first here because in some cases, you might get like a certain a secondary call to action, but make sure that any call to action on the page is really, really clear. And you really shouldn't have too many. So this customer, this page has two call to actions, has the primary, which is get early access, and then has the secondary, which is watch the video. But like the main call to action, the one like the actual form, enter email address, get early access. That's extreme, like that's very visible on the page. It's hard to miss. Even though there is that secondary one, you know which is the main primary action to take. And I really like this page because lots of times we get customers asking us like, all right, so what's the best button color to use? Is it orange? Is it green? Is it blue? Honestly, it doesn't matter. The best button color is the one that contrasts strongest against your page. Obviously, I would recommend using a button color that's kind of focused more towards your own brand. Like let's say I had like a blue, like on KickoffLabs.com, we're like a bluish brand. I'm not going to use like some completely off brand that's not in my own color scheme. But just the actual button color doesn't matter. Make sure that it contrasts hot, like really, really highly against the page. Even this black button color contrasts really well. It's really easy to see where people are supposed to click. Okay, and on your forms, you should only be collecting the information that you absolutely need. So limit the form fields by asking only for essential information. My preference is asking only for an email address, but it really depends on your business and on your campaign. Like this is a good example where this customer is actually asking, all right, sign up to be notified, leave your email address, and they're asking which app store do you use. So they're kind of just gauging like, okay, so where should we focus our resources? Is it the Asian market? Is it the US market? Is it the European market? So they're kind of just being a little bit more smart about it. Like, okay, so we just want to be sure that our resources are focused towards the towards the right place. This is not such a great example because they're actually asking for email, phone number, and a total number of people. This is for like a water sports page, but I mean, you already have two forms of contact. You already have their email address. You're already asking for the phone number. Why don't you just pick up the phone or send an email and ask people, okay, what's the total number of people? So if there's something if there's a form field that you can ask later on, a question that you can ask later on as opposed to on your form, ask it later on because it's going to drive down your initial conversion rate, and you want to just at least get those warm leads already in your funnel. Okay, so be sure to include an incentive. So people want to know what's in it for them. They they like getting something in return. People love instant gratification. Long are the days where you can just sign up for a newsletter and get a high conversion rate. So you have to make sure that there's something in it for people, and whether that's like a free ebook, get your complimentary download, like a PDF. There's lots of ways that you can actually just ask people to sign up and kind of provide some kind of incentive. Even early access works as an incentive. Like get early access to our beta, get early access, maybe like get 10% off if you're an e-commerce store. But yeah, I mean, just try to provide some kind of incentive, whether that's an ebook or something similar. Be sure to say thanks to your customers. So you have plenty of times to engage with your customers. That's on the thank you page, thank you emails, and be sure that that you offer them your praise. So tell them, all right, well, thanks for signing up, and be sure to share this with like-minded friends. So try to get additional people to your campaign by just thanking your signups. And this is a great example. I love this example. We're saying thanks for signing up, and it's actually telling people, it's like laying out the steps. All right, so here's how it works. Step 1, share this with your friends. Step 2, do this. Step 3, do this. So it's a really, really good strategy, and just make sure that you use the email follow-ups to its full potential. Reward people for sharing. So people want to know that they feel that they're making a difference. So they deserve extra love. So be sure that you're providing some kind of incentive, some kind of reward. If you can't provide rewards, that's totally okay. I'm going to provide a few examples as to like different types of rewards, especially if you're not having especially if you don't have a physical product. So this is a good example where saying, all right, so get us 5 friends, you'll get $5 off. This is that same socks page. There's a good example too, where they're just like offering our, actually they're using our reward level table page to offer different rewards too. So if you share with 5 friends, you get a shout out, 10 friends, you get a sticker, different stuff. And those actually work. So these are some incentive ideas. So just in case nothing has actually occurred to you. So think about things that you can do, digital things. So a downloadable ebook. I mentioned PDFs, a white paper. This could be like a really simple study done, with industry research done by other people. All you need to do is just kind of curate this. Maybe subscribe to an email drip course, access to your exclusive email newsletter. I mentioned a curated list of articles, just different types of like digital stuff. People still like getting those digital stuff. They work really well. We use them for our own blog posts, almost every blog post, and they work really well. So webinar recording, slides, all kinds of cool stuff. Okay, so time-based incentives. These are great for engaging prospects and like talking to them. So if you don't have like a physical product to give away, let's say you're launching like a tech product, consider offering your time as an incentive. So like a free personalized phone call, a free consultation, just offering your actual time as a founder. That is actually really valuable. People love getting like one-to-one time with founders. A monetary base. So these are usually free to you, but they do provide some kind of like value to your customers. So think about like beta early access, maybe like a free month when people sign up. If you're an e-commerce store, it might be like a free upgrade to a better discount or to a better plan. So just think about different types of things that can provide value to your customers, but are actually somewhat free to you or don't cost you that much money. Okay, and goods-based incentives. These are really great for brand building, but yes, they are a little bit more expensive, and you need to ship these things out, like pens, stationery, all this like swag and stuff like that. They work well, especially for like getting your brand name out there, but shipping tends to be a pain in the butt, to be honest with you. But hey, it works really well, and people love that stuff, and they'll promote your brand for you. Hey, that's even better. And prize-based incentives. These are really good for brand building, for getting your name out there, but unfortunately they do tend to be the most expensive, and the leads aren't of the highest quality, especially if you're offering like an iPad or a gift card, or just like things that your audience wants to get their hands on. Lots of times people are just in it for the prize. So our recommendation is if you are offering any kind of prize, make sure that it's highly, highly like targeted towards your own audience. And and honestly, what's better than offering your own product as a prize? People love that. So that's actually probably the best thing. If you're offering these kind of like prize-based incentives, offer your own product. So just a final example is, as to how another customer was actually using the reward level table, where you're seeing the $5 off, you get free boxers after 10 people, after 25, after 50, and worked really well for them. So having said that, that's the end of this presentation. If you do have any questions, please feel free to email support@kickofflabs.com. Always happy to hear from our customers. Since you have bared with me, you can always email me directly. My email address is izzy@kickofflabs.com, so you can always email direct there. Let me go ahead and go back to the chat. Alrighty. And yeah, I mean, we're now open for any Q&A. If anybody has any questions, happy to answer those now. If I didn't answer anything that you were looking for, go ahead and let me know now, and I can most definitely provide that feedback. I'll be online for the next few minutes, like I'll be on the chat, but let me go ahead and start closing this off then. But yeah, I mean, thanks a lot for joining us. And next week, we're actually going to be talking to one of our past customers on how they use Kickoff Labs to grow their email list from, I think, from 0 actually, and they reached like 11,000 leads, 12,000 leads. So that's going to be happening next Thursday. Instead of 11 a.m. Pacific, it's going to be happening at 12 p.m. So 1 hour after. But we'll be sending an email invite with the next couple days, and stay tuned for that. So be sure to look out for the next like customer success stories, because they're going to be providing a lot of like tips and resources on how they actually did that, how they use Kickoff Labs to do that. So stay tuned for that, and we'll see you all then. Okay, thanks a lot for joining us, and see you next week.